Good evening and welcome to the news roundup for Thursday the 21st of September. Before we get into the news, please remember to like this video, share your views in the comments, and share the video with your family and friends.
Reach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Now for the news in detail. Speaker of the House of Representatives Marisa Dalrymple Philibert has resigned from that post as well as being Member of Parliament. This was announced in a statement dated Wednesday, September 20, which reads as follows. I have over the past 2 days read the Integrity Commission's report detailing the circumstances of the omission of a motor vehicle from my statutory declaration and have taken note of the public sentiments on this issue. Nowhere in the entire report has the Integrity Commission raised any question or concern about the source of funding of the vehicle, which was purchased through a loan from Sagicor Bank. The vehicle was never sold or transferred to anyone in the past 7 years, although there was nothing preventing me from doing so after the 3-year mandatory restriction was lifted. I maintain to this day that the omission of the vehicle was a genuine oversight on my part. There would have been no allegation against my name had I included the vehicle in my declaration. Therefore, I had no motive to have deliberately omitted it. Since the Integrity Commission has decided to charge me criminally for an omission, I have considered the damage this has done to my reputation and have decided to tender my resignation both as the Speaker of the House of Representatives and Member of Parliament for South Trelawney with immediate effect. What has happened to me could have happened to any other Member of Parliament, public servant or civil servant. As a woman maintaining a family and as a Member of Parliament, the Speaker of the House of Representatives and the managing partner of a law firm, the toll that it has taken on me is immense. I wish to state categorically that my decision is entirely voluntary and not at the request of anyone. I also wish to state and emphasize that I remain a loyal and committed member and the support of the Jamaica Labour Party, and more particularly to the Andrew Holness administration. I will continue to render assistance in whatever way I can and will always support my party. I must, without reservation, thank the people of South Trelawney for their unwavering support of me during this period and for returning me as their Member of Parliament on 4 consecutive occasions. Their support and love have kept me strong through my political journey. However, the present circumstances are completely contrary to my own personal principles and beliefs, which I have always lived by. I look forward to the trial of the matter for which the Integrity Commission has ruled that I be charged, to be concluded in a court of law rather than a court of public opinion. As I stated in the House of Representatives on Tuesday, September 19, 2023, I have nothing to hide, and I do not knowingly mislead the Integrity Commission. It was a genuine oversight. Meanwhile, the police have confirmed that a worker at the former Speaker of the House and the Trelawney Southern Member of Parliament, Marisa Dalrymple Philibert's law office in Falmouth, was robbed on Thursday. No one was hurt during the incident. It is understood that a lone gunman robbed the office of an undetermined sum of cash, jewelry, and an electronic gadget. No shots were fired. The police are probing the incident. Police say robbery is suspected as the main motive behind the shooting and injuring of the Director of Corruption at the Integrity Commission, as a briefcase, which was reportedly in the Director's possession at the time of the attack, was stolen. Acting Assistant Commissioner of Police Cleon Marsh identified the shooting victim as Ryan Evans, Director of Corruption and Prevention at the Commission. The attack happened in the car park of the agency's offices in New Kingston on Thursday morning.
At about 10:43 a.m., right at the New Kingston corporate car park, number 1, the complainant, Mr. Ryan Evans, he's also the Director of Corruption Prevention at the Integrity Commission, was in the car park. Whilst he exited the car park, he was pounced upon by at least 2 men who rode upon a motorcycle. The pillion proceeded to come off the motorcycle and attacked him. He pulled a firearm, and a struggle took place between the complainant and the pillion. During the struggle, a black briefcase seemed to have been the subject of his curiosity. A struggle developed between himself and the complainant for that briefcase, and during the struggle, the complainant was shot. The pillion seemed to have left with the briefcase, The complainant himself was he drove himself to the hospital where he's currently being treated. As far as we know at this point, robbery seems to have been the main motive. We are uncertain of what else took place, but it's early days in the investigation. As the investigation develops, we'll provide you with additional information. But the complainant is stable at this time. I can appreciate where your mind is going, but at this stage, we have no information that will connect both instances at this time. We're treating it as a robbery and watch the investigation as it develops. It is a consideration, but as it is right now, not as yet. But we are assisting the staff and we are assisting the complainant as it relates to this robbery.
The trial of Rohan Rose, also called Early B, the security guard charged in relation to the death of social media influencer Anika Slickiana Townsend, failed to proceed today in the St. James Circuit Court due to absent witnesses and jurors. It was indicated that witnesses for the prosecution were not advised to attend court today, nor were members of the jury for the trial present, as they too were not summoned. As a result, the trial was rescheduled for March 19, 2024. Bail was extended for Rose, who is charged with misprision of a felony. In the meantime, Patterson's case was also mentioned today, but was put off until October 4, as he was not brought to court. It is understood that he is currently in custody at the Halfway Tree Police Lockup in St. Andrew, but there were no available facilities for him to attend today's court sitting via the Zoom platform. A fetus was reportedly found at the intersection of Spanish Town Road and Rose Lane in Kingston 11 on Thursday. It is understood that the fetus, which is said to be of a male child, was spotted in a puddle of sewage water on the roadway and was removed and placed on the sidewalk. The Kingston Western Police are investigating. The Northeast Regional Health Authority is investigating an altercation among members of the security team, visitors, and a staff member at the St. Anne's Bay Regional Hospital. The incident reportedly occurred on Sunday, September 17. NERA says it expects that the findings from the investigation will yield further details and insights into the matter and has committed to transparency throughout the investigation process. The St. Andrew South police are searching for a man who allegedly killed one of his sisters while wounding another following a heated dispute over food items. According to police reports, an argument developed among the three siblings at a house on Denver Crescent in Marvally at about 7 p.m. on Wednesday. The dispute reportedly became physical, resulting in the brother stabbing both sisters multiple times. Both women were taken to the hospital where one succumbed to her injuries, while the other was treated and released. The victim has been identified as Kenisha Royal of New Barnet Avenue in Marvally. The brother, whose identity has not been released, is reportedly on the run. Investigations are ongoing. The first tenure extension for Director of Public Prosecutions Paula Llewellyn expires today, September 21st, on her 63rd birthday. That extension had been granted in 2020, which allowed her 3 more years in the post as DPP. However, Llewellyn has the option to continue in the post up to age 70, following amendments to the Constitution to increase the retirement age for the DPP and the Auditor General. The amendments were passed in July without support from the parliamentary opposition. The opposition has since filed a lawsuit in the Civil Division of the Supreme Court challenging the legality of the extension of the retirement age of the DPP and the Auditor General. The opposition argued that the government already pushed the bill to amend the Constitution through Parliament and maintained that it was not consulted on the matter. When asked by reporters if she plans to continue in office beyond today, Llewellyn's response was, "No comment." A probe has been launched into the murder of a man in Islington, St. Mary on Tuesday. 41-year-old Linton Thomas, otherwise called Bubba, was at home about 11:30 p.m. when residents heard explosions coming from the direction of his house, but no one alerted the police. A family friend went to Thomas's house about 10:30 Wednesday morning to make checks and saw what appeared to be blood leading from the house. The blood trail continued to a nearby property with a 2-story concrete structure that is still under construction. A search of the property was conducted by residents and Thomas was seen in a pit about 12 feet deep. He was clad in black and white shorts and barefooted, with the upper body wrapped in what appeared to be tarpaulin. The help of the Portmore Fire Department had to be requested to retrieve the body. Correctional Officer Edward Ferguson, who is charged with manslaughter, arising from the fatal shooting of an inmate under guard at an hospital during an alleged confrontation, was on Wednesday granted $600,000 bail with reporting conditions in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court. Ferguson, who is being represented by King's Counsel Peter Champagny, is to return to court on December 1. Allegations are that Ferguson was guarding an inmate at the Kingston Public Hospital on December 24, 2022 when he shot and killed him. It is alleged that the inmate, Winston Richards, attacked another correctional officer. Ferguson intervened and was allegedly attacked by the inmate. Ferguson claimed that he opened fire in self-defense. However, it was brought to the attention of the court that the incident was captured on CCTV and that the footage did not show that Ferguson was under attack at the time. Ferguson was charged with manslaughter following a recent ruling from the Director of Public Prosecutions. In making the case for bail, Champagny indicated that it was regrettable that there wasn't any accompanying audio recording to the footage, demonstrating that the inmate was intent on killing his client. Champagny also brought to the court's attention that the inmate had been in several altercations with other persons at the correctional facility where he was serving a term of imprisonment for illegal possession of a firearm. 3 people, including a woman, were arrested Wednesday after they were caught with a stolen motor vehicle in St. Elizabeth. The 3 were stopped in the stolen car during a special operation conducted by the Black River Police and the operational support team. They were seen in the vehicle along the Oxford Main Road. The car was reported stolen in Santa Cruz on September 3. In business, the Ministry of Tourism has confirmed that Canadian airline Flair will begin operating between Toronto, Canada and Kingston starting in December. The ministry says this will be the first time the airline will operate in Jamaica. It will provide service 3 times weekly. Flair will begin flights to Kingston on December 16, offering 1,134 seats 3 times weekly between Toronto's Pearsons Airport and the Norman Manley International Airport. It will compete in this segment with Air Canada, Caribbean Airlines, Swoop and WestJet. In sports, Jamaica Football Federation President Michael Ricketts says the federation will look to engage Reggae Girls head coach Lauren Donaldson in contract talks soon as his deal nears its expiration. Donaldson will officially be out of contract after the nation's Olympic qualifying match against Canada on September 26. The veteran coach cast doubts on his future in an interview on Tuesday, saying he does not know whether his deal will be renewed. However, Ricketts on Tuesday said the relevant committee will have to initiate the process. Ricketts also said the JFF executive would not want to interfere with the decision of the Rudolph Speed chaired technical committee. And that is it for your news roundup for today. We would appreciate you liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your family and friends. Have a good evening and see you next time.